I said I'd do my second part of Positive Wednesday because I hadn't realised that I'd missed half of it because I didn't film it. It didn't record. I don't know why. I must have pressed pause and then not unpressed it, carried on speaking, and I thought I'd take the whole thing. So I might go over a few little things I did say because I can't remember what I said because I haven't had time this morning to look back on my video and check the parts. I think the part was that I was going to repeat what was going to say, which I don't think I said in the video, was about my morning and night routine with the gratitude journals, just to go over the gratitude journal thing again. And if I did say it, well, I'll say it again. So, but I've just been tidying up because I've not got phone. And while I was tidying up, I was also watching and listening to, found it last night on Netflix, is a sort of documentary thing with an English guy in it called The Kindness Diaries on Netflix. And there's like, it's only, I'd say, like 20 minutes long each, then the next one and the next one. So there's a few sequels to it because it's about a guy who's English. I think he lives in LA, Los Angeles, or something. He wants to go around the world on his motorbike with no money or nothing, nowhere to stay, and just relying on people's kindness to see if he can do it. And it's really good. And I just can't believe how emotional I get about things. I was crying last night because I was upset because I was watching Cinderella on Netflix, the newish one, and I got upset about that because I know it sounds stupid, but when she met the prince, because I was just like, oh my god, one day I'll meet my Prince Charming. But I was laughing at myself at the same time. I was like, Janine, get a grip. And then I was crying because when I watched I think it was the first one of the Kindness Diaries, he met some people. If you watch it, you'll know which part I mean. He was in America and he met some people, and he met this old lady who was on an oxygen tank. She was saying she wanted to see the ocean, all this, and just reminded me of my nana. So I burst out crying. I couldn't stop crying, so then I had to grab her old dressing gown that I've got and sit in that, and then I managed to calm down, but she just reminded me of her because obviously it wasn't that long ago she passed away. So I was upset about that, but then there was a funny thing again in the morning with the this on the floor because I've not moved it. I just left it in the middle of the floor. When I came downstairs this morning, that I walked past and it just rolled across the floor and then sort of went like that, and then it went like that, and then it just stopped in the middle of where I've just picked it up and just left it, and I was like, right. Which the only funny thing being might be just in my brain, but the house coat, I don't know if you've seen it on my other videos, the dressing gown that I kept of hers, which says a name on it, is bright yellow, that colour. So I don't know. And the funny thing is, what I didn't show you, I don't think, on Positive Wednesday was when I did the cards. I'll try and show you which one it is. It might be on the top. The card reading that I don't think it filmed either came out as. See if it's still there. It's not still there. It was 3 witches. See if it's here. Yeah, that one. See, it was that one. 3 witchy sisters. I'm not going to read it because I missed it, but it was basically saying it wasn't a bad thing. Things can come in 3 and things that have been happening. There's a last time it'll happen, another time it'll happen, and the only thing I could think of was when I was going about strange goings on. There was one where I thought I could smell my nana, the smell, and then there was something else. There was 2. What was the other one? There was one I thought I could smell lavender, so it smelled like my nana, and I got upset in my craft/nail room. What was the other one? Someone will have to jog memory. I can't remember what I said. There was that, and the fridge magnet thing. That was the first one. The fridge magnet that Finn found on the floor and gave to my sister. We didn't know where it come from. It said Landudno, and that's where we used to go with Nana and Grandad. It's really weird. Sister's never seen it before, neither was my mum, but it was proper old. It was just weird. Then the smell of it was like a nana-y smell. No, it sounds daft, but it smelled of my nana, and then it went away. But as soon as I smelled it, I nearly started crying. And then today, that went across the floor, so that could have been the 3 things. But basically, oh, and if I did mention, I was making some dreads for my hair because I'm just really bored with my hairstyle. Even though my hair looks quite nice today, I do that. I hate it sometimes. Sometimes I do like, oh, I quite like it, because I've just curled it back with a brush a little bit. I quite like it today, but I'm still bored with it. But I realised I did want to make some dreads because they are quite dear. I don't know if I spoke about this either. Try and make my own because I'm not, I like making things. But I realised when I got the colour, if you saw it the other day, it was like bright burgundy red. I did put burgundy brown in my hair. You can't tell now; it just looks brown, and it's washed out a lot. And it wasn't as bright as that. And I did order burgundy brown, but that is burgundy, proper burgundy red. So it doesn't really. I'll show you what I've been doing. It doesn't really match up with my hair. See how different it is. But the only thing I thought I could do with it, I was learning how to make dreads. This was first attempt. And they're not, oh, snorting now. They're not that bad, but they were a bit, and I thought, didn't like, they do take a long time anyway, but, and I saw another one today, so I've made a new one. It's wet though, it's still drying, this one. It's a bit kinky at the bottom, but I quite like it's kinky at the bottom. See, it'd be plaited in here, be about there, but I realised, well, I need to get the same colour as my hair, and then it'd obviously matching. This was all, I'm going to leave the fringe out anyway, like plaited down anyway, braided in the top bit. This is a single-ended dread. And see what that looks like. And then maybe, if I decide I do like them and they look alright, because I'm just having a bit of an experiment. If it don't work, it don't work. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm not bothered. I'm just going to try it and see. If you don't try, you don't know. Just feel like a big mad hairdo at the minute, which I just can't do with this because I want something like big, big. I'd love a big bun on my head full of dreads and things. I think it'd look nice, but then again, I'm thinking that it might not, but we'll see. But I thought, right, well, if I get the brown, because it's going to take me ages to make these, so I don't be seeing them anytime soon. If I get the brown that matches my hair, put most of them in, then maybe, so I don't waste this, I can just put accents of this through with the brown because I think it would look nice. And I think I had a copper order, so I think majority brown my hair, and then just a few now and again. I'll put this in a copper in, so it's a bit, it's got a bit of a contrast in it. It'll look quite nice. But yeah, that's my first attempt. I don't think I've done too bad, and I like the kinky bit at the bottom. And that is just drying off. So I've dried it. I'm drying them off on a coat hanger hung up, and these are the ones I made. I didn't really like them, so I've just been testing different ways, and I like the last one I've just done. And I nearly brought my back doing it yesterday, and I did fall, and my back was aching. I've got to find a better way of sitting doing it. So I really don't know how many I'm going to need. I think I'm going to need about 40 up to 50 or something or more. I don't know. So it's going to take me a long time, but I know the ones I was looking at were about £80 to buy, but I'd have to save up for that if I didn't want to make them again and get a bit of a backache. But I'll try it out myself first because you know what I'm like. But that's another story anyway. So I'll just put these back up here because they're drying. And yes, so I don't know if I showed you the other week. Well, I don't even know if I said on Wednesday that one of my friends, who gets a bit down now and again, but cut a long story short, I've told her to write in a journal. She's actually doing something today where she's going selling things that she's made because I told her, she needed a hobby and stuff like that. That's why if I sat at home too much and thought, because I am on my own and with not working at the minute and stuff like that, I could get down about things, if I was just sat there thinking and thinking. So that's why I think I keep myself so busy. But it's good to keep yourself busy anyway because I'm learning a lot keeping myself busy. But also, I told her to go and get this. Right? I think I showed it the other week, didn't I, or something. Spirit and Destiny magazines. But if you get this one that's out now, and it's April's issue, they are $4.99. You might think, God, Jesus, they're a bit dear, $4.99, nearly a five for the magazine. But you do get a free gratitude journal, and these are good if you don't really know what to write because the woman who's made them, so it tells you what to write step by step. So you could use this and then maybe go a bit freestyle if you enjoy doing it in the end, because I do more freestyle. But I'll probably try this one out or give it to someone if, I don't know. But yeah, I told her to get it because, I mean, this to me is like, people smoke, don't they? £5. I don't drink, I don't smoke, so it's a treat. It's only once a month, so because I was talking about gratitude, just funny, after this magazine, I had a gratitude journal in it, and then if you find it, if it, in the middle of the magazine, it's about, it says why being grateful equals happiness. And apparently, I won't read it all out because obviously if you go and get this magazine, it's nice to just sit in the bath or something or chill out. My kids have been in bed and have a bit of a read, but it says, so how and why this simple act works. Gratitude journaling can rewire the brain and is thought to underpin positive memories and experiences in the mind, so they are easy to retrieve by focusing on positive thoughts frequently. You can strengthen the neurological pathways in your got that word right left prefrontal cortex, the happy place in our brain that releases feel-good endorphins. And by using the left prefrontal cortex more and more, we develop the ability to bypass the part of the brain which controls our fight or flight and depression responses in the body. So instead of feeling overwhelmed and unable to think straight, you can spend more time approaching life from a calm, happy perspective, people. So that's why you need to go and get this magazine. And then I was just reading yesterday, not a lady whose little story about when she started saying thank you and stuff and what happened when she started doing it more. And just a little snippet I took out said she wrote down one thing each evening that had made her happy that day and reported improvements in her marriage and relationship with her children as a result. So, not a bad thing, is it? But like I said before, you've got to write it like it says in here. Written as if the wish has already happened, because she calls them wishes. She writes down here, I can't read what it says, but thank you for my happiness. Thank you for my bank account full. Thank you for my next book. Thank you for my oh yeah, she was writing a book, so you've got to write it as if it's already happened. Say thank you for it. So instead of me explaining too much what it's about, go and get April's issue as a treat to yourself of Spirit and Destiny. It looks like that with a lady with, I think it's reddish hair on the front, and that'll be on the front of it as well. The gratitude journal, and it's a nice little book to get you started if you're wondering what it is and you don't know how to start it. You get that so you can start it straight away. But as I was trying to say the other day, because I don't think this is a bit that I videoed, was I make journals, as I keep saying, and I never finish mine off because that's mine, and I'm making a new one because I'd say this would last for me maybe 2 months worth, so making another one. To writing every day, and I'm not going to show you what I write in because it's my things, but I do write in it. And what I've been doing is, some people say write down what you're thankful in the morning. Some people are like, oh, I don't really know, like, or write down what you're grateful for. And it's like, I don't know if I should do that at night, see how the day's gone, and then I'll be thankful for something. So what I now do is, in the morning, when I'm having a coffee, first thing in the morning when I get up, Finn's having his breakfast, I sit there before the day starts, and even if you just get up 10 minutes earlier, and I just write down sort of write down how my day is going to go and say thank you for it as well. Like, say I was writing down I wanted more people to order my journals, I would put thank you for my journal orders. I'm very busy and lots of people are ordering and I'm making money, something like that, and thank you. And you just sort of write as if it's already happened, like a couple of things. It doesn't have to be a lot. It starts flowing. The more you get into it, the more you start doing it. If you're after something, there's something you're after. It's basically like a wish list, but you write it as it's already happened and you're saying thanks for it. Then in the evening, or I sort of say in the day how the day's going to go, and then in the evening I'll do my gratitude list of, of the thanks, because some people put the thanks in the day, but I tend to do it. I tend to write it. I shouldn't have said I say thank you on that one. I tend to write it how my day's going. I write it out as I want my day to go, the weather and everything, and if it was journal or just stuff like that. And in the evening, I say thank you. I'm grateful for my orders. I'm grateful for. Let me see if there's any in here I can read out. It's like I only wrote something the other day. I'm grateful for finding new ideas for my gratitude journal. So it's just little things, and the more you do it, you start writing bigger things out. Like I could even say thank you for the fantastic man in my life. There isn't a man in my life at the minute, but you write it as if there already is to make way for them to come in. But like I said, get the magazine in, it explains it more and you'll understand more, because I just waffle. But I do that, so I do it in the day, in the morning, first thing with a cup of coffee, just a few sentences of, how the day's going to go, and stuff like that. And it's sort of like setting the mood for the day of how you want it to go. Try and follow it. And then my other bit of my evening routine is before I go to bed now, because I'm on YouTube a lot, like making videos on here or watching other people, or trying to watch things on Netflix, like the thing that I'm watching at the minute, what did I say it was? The Kindness Diaries and stuff like that. But now I've decided, like, half an hour or whatever before I go to bed, switch off, I come off Instagram and everything, and I've shown you this before. I'm just doing, like the adult colouring books. These are only $2.99 from Aldi. I only do a little bit each night. Rhinoceros. I just do a bit of adult colouring because it just sort of calms your mind and gets you in that, like, I'm not really thinking about anything. I'm just colouring, calms me down, switches my brain off to go to sleep. So that's what I do, and I think it helps a lot. And I did say to my friend, get a journal and start writing in it, and you'll notice things shift, and you'll notice you are a bit calmer. And it's just nice to keep a track of things, And I did say to her the other day as well about, like, when I could smell my nana smell in there, and the magnet the other day, and she was like, oh, because her dad died a few years back. She's like, I always thought my dad would visit me and that. And sometimes I think you have to be in the zone, because I don't think she's very like that much. I don't think, where I feel like I'm on a spiritual journey and I'm quite in with all the different cultures and the way people think, and I think certain ways that things happen for a reason. And I do believe that we do go to a different place after, and this, that, and the other. And with all my spirituality things that I think of, and the more things I'm looking at and watching and doing, I'm more getting in that zone of things, where maybe that's why I've been feeling or seeing certain things, if you know what I mean, or hearing things and stuff. Is when you're sort of open, because I'm quite an open-minded person, and I think once you are, I think that's how it comes in sometimes. But what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, well, I was saying I'm quite an emotional person, and I'm just like, Janine, you're always crying at everything. I was just saying before, I was crying at the bloody Cinderella thing, and then I've gone off track again. I was crying at when I was watching this. I was just watching it before, and that's why I've come in here. I was just watching the Kindness Diaries, and he just got to India, and he was saying he didn't realise, because there's a lot of poverty there, but people who were letting him stay with him who have nothing, but they're still letting him, and they're just saying, like, oh, it's because everybody is my neighbour, and and it's just so beautiful how other people think, and it just gets me dead upset, because I just think, I wish there were more people like that. I mean, this documentary is good because it's showing you see a lot of poverty on TV, and you see a lot of war and this, that, and the other, and if you talk to people, they're going about that. But he was saying, but there are people out there that would help others. It's not all doom and gloom, and that's why I like watching stuff like that, because it's not all about they just wanting to know about all the doom and gloom and thing. There are a lot of people out there who are good humans, and they want to help humanity and other people and stuff like that, and they want to change people's perspective on things. And I think I wrote in my my journal last night, you know, it's good to be kind, and if anything, you should just be kind to people, because the funny thing is as well, you know, when it might be someone that you dislike, but if they're being funny to you, just be kind to them, because that's like killing with kindness. And sometimes if you try and be kind to someone who might be being a bit mean to you, and you just try your best to be kind, in the end maybe they'll think, do you know what, she or he's a nice person, I need to look at myself, because they're not coming back with retaliation or whatever, they're just, you know. And it made me think as well, oh, rolls into one when I watch things, watching Cinderella last night in bed, and the newish one. And if you've seen it, when her mother dies, she says something like, I think I wrote it down. I write things down if I like it as well. See if I can find it. She said, no, I didn't. She said something like, always be kind. Oh, what was it? Always be kind. So I can't remember. If you've seen it, I'll have to find it. And then also with the YouTube, it's just because she mentioned kindness on it, and then I found the Kindness Diary, so I started watching that. And the Kindness Diaries, he says at the beginning of the first one that he met someone living on the streets, and they had a sign up, and it said, kindness is the best medicine. And it is the best medicine to be kind. Makes you feel better to be kinder than to be nasty all the time to people, because it only makes yourself, it's like that thing I've said before, positive vibes and stuff. The more you're positive, the more positive comes. The more negative you are, the more negative people you attract, the more negative things you get. And it makes you feel like crap. Why be nasty to someone? What's the point? What's it giving you? So it is true. And I always think giving is better. Giving is better than receiving. And you don't give to receive. It's nice if you do receive something from someone, it's nice because they thought you did something for them, but you don't do it for that. But giving makes you feel good as well. And yeah, I don't know, it's just good. If you want to go and have a look at it, go on Netflix and look for it. It's probably on YouTube as well. It's called The Kindness Diaries. And it's an English guy who goes around on his yellow bike, you know, the sidecar thing on. And it's just interesting because he's going around the world and how he gets to different places. And he's just in India now, which I'm looking forward to. I'm going to sit down with a drink after when I've tidied him up first before I settle down. Because I just love the Indian culture and stuff, and I'm getting more into it. And I feel quite emotional again. I don't know why. Been quite emotional since yesterday. I don't know why. I just get these. I don't know what's up with me. I don't know if it was still too my nan thing last night, but and also because my friend, because I was telling her to do these things, and yoga, that was the other thing as well. And I've told her to do yoga that I've been doing in the morning, and Finn's been just getting, if he sees a towel now, puts on the floor and lies down. If you've been on my Instagram, you'll know. Just makes me laugh. He got my mat out yesterday, just dragged it out from the corner, pulled it out. I had to lie it out for him because he couldn't get it out. Then he just lay down and he's like got his leg in the air and everything. I was just like, oh my god, this child is so funny. But it makes me laugh. But I said to her, and she's been doing it every day because we've both been doing it every day. I've been doing it every day since Sunday, and I think she's been doing it every day since Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember. But I'm just feeling really good with it. I've done it this morning. I do it every morning now because we're trying to like go through this video that we saw, the same one all the time because it's for beginners anyway. And I felt myself getting a little bit lower because I can't touch my feet or anything, but the same way till I can touch my toes, and then I'll start on some other advanced ones. And if you want to know what it is, it's Boho Beautiful, it's called, on YouTube. And it's a young couple, I think I've said this before, from Canada, but they've got some gorgeous stuff on there, even if you watch the other stuff. But she's like a yoga teacher, or she does it anyway. But the one I watch is, because she's got a lot of them, if you haven't done yoga before, it's called, if you type in anyway, Boho Beautiful Yoga for Beginners, it'll come up with her on the beach with a blue crop top on. Look at that one. It's about 20 minutes long, I think. 15, 20 minutes long. Doesn't feel like that long. It's so relaxing. I've just found myself more calmer, and like I've been aching from it as well. You don't think, from stretching and stuff, but more, I think it's because it's pulling your ligaments and stuff. I don't know. Just more relaxed, and I don't know, I just feel really good with it, and I am really enjoying it. And I've not actually been doing, I'll tell you tomorrow, kettlebells. I've not been doing it. I've been doing this every morning, and because I realised with kettlebells, I had a thing. I won't go into it about my arm. Something happened a few years ago, and they said I might get this tennis elbow thing back from this thing that happened. And I've noticed when I've been lifting them weights, it's been really achy. So I've left it alone. And I thought, well, I have to do something, because something's better than nothing. You've got to do some form of exercise. And I don't really like cardio. I don't think a lot of people do. Some people do, but I just don't like. It's not because I'm lazy. I just don't like cardio. I don't like that sort of out of breath feeling. But yoga's just really. I don't know if it's because it's in the thing that I'm just. Well, it's just in the thing that I am at the minute. It's just that it fits with how I feel and how I am with, my spiritual that I believe in, my journey that I'm on. I'm just really loving it. And if Finn does it with me, that would be just great. I'd be doing meditating, because that's another thing I want to get into. I've done it a little bit in the past, so we'll all be sat in the corner like that. Calming the children down can't be a bad thing. But yeah, I'm plant-based. I will talk about tomorrow, but I feel like I've actually found a battery, guys, in one of my light up candles. Found a battery. I didn't forget that they're round flat ones, and I've put it in. So I've not weighed myself yet, so I will weigh myself. But I feel like I've lost weight. Not that to say anyone can tell, because I've got like a tight top on here, but I don't know. I'll show you properly tomorrow. But I feel lighter, and well, I'll tell you about that tomorrow in my post. Yeah. But yeah, so I'd highly suggest you try to do a gratitude journal. If you get that magazine, you'll get a free one on the front of it. Anyway, maybe just see how you go with that first, because I just love doing it, and it does start to change things in your life. But if you get that, you can read about it as well. And there's a load of other things in it as well that you might like, but it's a good magazine, and they are nice magazines. They're not all newspapers doom and gloom stuff like that. It's got different things. It's got your stars in it and stuff like that, and things about crystals and all that, sort of stuff I love. But I like it, and you get that free of it anyway. But I'm more of a I might use that. I'm gonna have a look at it. If not, I might, because I made my mum a journal ages ago, and I kept telling her, I know she won't write it. She's not as open minded as me, but I'm more of a freestyling. I'd call myself a freestyling gratitude journaling person, because I could do this one, because it's sort of telling you every day, what to write. I don't know if you can see that. You've got your little spaces to write in. Which I guess I could use it when I run out of that one, even though I'm making another one. But I just like to write mine down freely as I like to write it. And sometimes I doodle on my paper. Sometimes I write quotes in it, nice quotes that you see or hear. It's just nice to keep it in your book, really uplifting quotes and stuff like that. You can stick pictures in of things as well. I do sell these on Facebook called Janine's Bespoke Journals, but I do sort of call them gratitude journals now, but you can use them for what you want, because a journal's a journal. Whether you're journaling about your holidays, you're journaling, like diary style, or you're journaling like a gratitude journal, you can use them for anything. This just looks khaki because I've not finished mine off. And actually, I just sold one yesterday to a friend's daughter. I should have. I put the picture up on Instagram. It's on my Facebook page if you want to go and have a look. The one that I made with little owls on the side down here dangling off. I should have shown you, but I gave it to her yesterday for her daughter. So, yeah. And the only other thing with that is I'm going to try and make in a bit when I've tidied up, because I just, me. I should just have a craft channel. I'm going making some paper out of junk journal crap that comes through the door, and then I'm going to see if I can make it into some covers for my journals, because then I've got some really funky ideas to do. I need to do a big piece to see if it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So that means that there'll be recycled bits on it, so that's good. Even though in here's recycled, because it's like inside the cover. It's covered with something, and inside that is old cereal boxes. So they are sort of recycled a little bit. So I try to recycle some stuff. But if I can do, I will do journals like this with the pattern paper on. But I'm going to try and do the gratitude journals, I think, with recycled papers and flowers and petals and stuff. So they're all pretty for them people who like that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm going to go now and carry on tidying up and stuff. And might make some dreads later on. It's a bit backbreaking. I'll see how I go with that. Hopefully I'll end up doing them and see what happens with that. I'm just mad to keep my brain going all the time. But yeah, so go and get this. You don't have to, but if you fancy having a go at journaling, start off with this, and maybe, because maybe you're one of those people that like sort of being, you know, you follow a thing every day that's the same. I just like to be a bit more freestyle. And if you ever see these, because you can get them in places like Aldi doing for £2.99, they're normally like 10 quid or something. Or what's it called? What's that shop called? We've got one. Sells pens and books and my friend works at it, and I can't even think what it's called. But you know, they just have beautiful pages that you can colour in. So I have shown them before. This is an animal one. It's just quite nice to sit and colour in sometimes when you just want your mind to be sort of still, especially before you go to bed. So I shall see you tomorrow for my weigh-in and tell you about how I've been going on with that. Oh, and I don't know if I want to put it up on Instagram the other day. The other day, I'm just bunging this on the end. Not that it's going to make any sense. Nothing to do with gratitude, but I love these nails. Not that that's got anything to do with anything, but I got this pen thing from my eyebrow. It's called a tattoo pen thing from China. It's supposed to like mark your skin like that Wonderbrow stuff. If anyone knows what I'm talking about. But I didn't like it. It was like, oh, it's really in your face. But I thought, oh, is it like henna? Because it was a bit like henna. So I thought, oh, I'll just try it. So I drew on my finger like one of these mandala tattoos. And I was like, oh my God. So when I go from a mandala elephant, which I went in the shop the other day, I think I mentioned this, I've got to try and get done before summer. I'm going to ask to have a little mandala tattoo. If you don't know what one of them is, just let me sort of try and draw one. Don't know if this will come up in blue pen. If you're not into tattoos, you might not have seen them, but not that it'll look like this, but I'm trying to sort of draw a pattern that this sort of look like. Just don't. Right. This sort of thing. If I can just put some dots on. If you're into tattoos, you might like this. If you're not, you probably won't. But I don't mean it's going to look like this, but they sort of look like I've drawn it in pen. Sort of. I like, you know, the sort of Indian style henna patterns. And you can have them on your fingers. And I want one there, and then I want my mandala elephant down there. I just think, yeah, I've been admiring them for a bit, so I just thought, stuff it. When I get my elephant done, I might as well get my finger done, because it's not going to be much more in with the price. But I don't know if you've seen them, but yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.